pleased to introduce Renee LeGare. She's the Senior Community Educator from TruLieve, which is Florida's first licensed medical marijuana treatment center, offering the largest line of CBD and THC products statewide. Products are designed to alleviate seizures, severe and persistent muscle spasms, pain, nausea, loss of appetite, and other symptoms associated with serious medical conditions such as cancer. In her role, Renee is responsible for hands-on education of TruLieve's medical cannabis products, as well as ensuring physicians have the most up-to-date information to provide the best patient experience possible. After experiencing a serious motor vehicle accident, Renee was prescribed a long list of medications for neck and spine damage, as well as post-traumatic stress disorder, medications that none of her doctors could agree on as being the best protocol for treatment. That all changed when medical marijuana became an option for Florida residents. Renee was able to ditch the pills, find the mental and physical relief that she hadn't had since prior to her accident. Wow. THC, CBD, oil, vape, edibles, lotion, capsules. Even if you happen to be one of those familiar with marijuana back in the 60s and 70s, you probably have a whole new language to learn these days. So here today to help us sort it all out and make sure we get the good stuff, please join me in welcoming Renee LeGare.
Thank you. Good afternoon.
Oh, the clicker's right here, and you just click to the right.
Thank you. So TruLieve, we are Florida's first medical marijuana dispensary. We have been operating since 2016. We've been selling CBD, which, as we've all learned today, is the non-psychoactive component. And then after we all voted in November of 2016, we started selling THC products in 2017. So we grow everything here in Florida. We don't ship it in from California or Canada or somewhere else legal. We grow it right here in Florida. Everything is from seed to sale as well. So we grow in Quincy, Florida. That's about 20 miles west of Tallahassee, Florida. Everything is grown indoors, and we don't use any pesticides. Everything is extracted on site as well. We have a full lab where we also do a lot of lab testing on site. We actually test every single product twice, and then we send it out to a third-party company to do independent lab testing as well, because we want to verify that what we're saying is in the product is what it is. We have a great team. We have lab director, engineers, and scientists all on site. Our scientist is really amazing. We stole him from NASA, so pretty proud of that. And we're actually, expanding. We're getting ready to hire on, as John mentioned. Edibles are coming, so we're looking at hiring on chefs and people who have different experience from all different segments. It's not necessarily what do you know about weed. It's truly, we're looking for the best in every different segment, the best scientists, the best medical team, the best everything. We have a very innovative product line. TruLieve has the largest product selection in the state currently, and we're going to continue to bring out the newest and greatest things based on what feedback we're hearing from the doctors and from patients about what symptoms are we trying to alleviate, and how can we best do that. So our website is definitely a great tool. After this segment, you guys are interested in learning more. We post all of our lab reports online if you wanted to take a look at one of those, what maybe one of those looked like. All of the pricing is listed online if you wanted to see, it is not covered by insurance. So that's definitely a factor to take into consideration when you're looking at possibly using medical marijuana. So all of our pricing is online. You can see what kinds of different products we have. We also have a table set up out in the hallway if anybody wants to actually look and see what the products look like. You won't really see what they smell like, because unfortunately I don't have any of the good stuff with me today. Those are all my little demonstration toys, so it's basically just warm olive oil in the containers out there. But it is what it looks like, and so it gives you a better idea of what medical marijuana looks like here in Florida. So one question I get asked quite a bit is, what is the difference between the CBD oil that you can get at a medical marijuana dispensary versus what you can get and maybe the health food store, the grocery store. I mean, we're even seeing in the news now, 7-Elevens are starting to sell CBD. You can get it over the counter, is what I hear a lot. So people ask, what's the difference? The biggest differences are that, that it's more regulated in Florida, like from a medical standpoint. If you're going to get medical cannabis, this is grown for medical purposes. This is grown, 100% for medicine. Hemp is typically more of an industrial type of an industry. They're trying to make textiles and shoes, bracelets, all kinds of paper type of goods. And so a lot of times the leftover materials is what gets used for the over-the-counter hemp oil. Now, that's not to say there's not such a thing as decent hemp oil. We actually, as a company, when we came into Florida, purchased quite a bit of the over-the-counter stuff from Amazon, from all over. And with our labs, we tested a lot of it, and what we found was that a lot of the stuff we tested was just plain olive oil. It didn't have anything in it. Some of the stuff we found had heavy metals or pesticides in it, and a lot of times, you didn't really know the percentage, so it's not consistent. So we offer, a full medical product that you can see that there are no metals, there's no pesticides. Everything has to be under 0.8% THC, and whereas the over-the-counter stuff is 0.3% THC or less. And as the doctor was mentioning, there's definitely a lot of different cannabinoids other than CBD. There's THC and there's other ones, and together we do have the entourage effect. So there's just kind of a wheel showing the different. So we are the only dispensary in the state right now that is doing the third-party lab testing. We think that's important. It actually started because patients were asking us, it started off with them asking, we want to see what this is in this container. We don't just trust the packaging. We want to see it. So we started lab testing, and they wanted to see, just because you say that's what it is, how do we know that that's what it is? I mean, we don't want you financially driven. So we started posting to the public. We want to be very transparent to everybody and let them see what we're saying is true. You can see exactly what's in the other cannabinoids, what terpenes there are. I mean, very, very detailed. So if one product works for you, you can try to stay as consistent as possible. We test for over 60 pesticides. We test for mold, we test for fungus. I mean, we test for everything. And if it doesn't meet our criteria, we destroy all that product. We're not going to do it just to make a buck. Now, in addition to knowing the difference between CBD and THC, so just to kind of catch up, of course we all know that CBD is the non-head high, THC is, and together they have the entourage effect. There's different types, there's different strains of marijuana. So I like to compare it kind of to if you had a cold. You would have Dayquil in the daytime and NyQuil at night, right? You don't really want to mix them up as much if you don't want to be sleeping all day, if you have things to get done. So for us, we have sativa and indica are the two major different types of strains. Now the sativa is going to be something that's more for your mind, for somebody who needs some uplifting, the antidepressant, somebody who needs to get off the couch. It's somebody that they can never get out of the bed. It's just another day. And so we're finding that the sativa really helps patients that are trying to actually get up and do something. And we have other patients who, and as we've heard earlier today in some of the seminars, people can't sleep. And if you can't sleep, I mean, that just affects so many different things. And so indica is going to be more of the body high and more of the head high. It's going to give you the sedative, the effects. And hybrid's kind of in the middle. If you don't want to just be totally crazy energized, like you just drink a bunch of coffee, but you also don't want to be in the bed, you can find right in between something that's going to work for you. So in Florida, we have a very interesting, our program was set up in an interesting way in that the doctor decides what routes of administration you're going to have. It's not just yes or no, you're allowed to come in or you're not. They're going to set with you 2 routes of administration is the max. So with the inhalation products, that's going to be the quickest onset time. It's going to be instant. If you were to vape something, which, side note, smoking in Florida is illegal. You're not allowed to smoke. I'm sure you've seen that in the news with John Morgan and everything. If you vaporize something, it doesn't heat as high as smoking it. So they're saying that it's less carcinogens. But that's going to be the best choice for something that's going to be instant. It's going to be in your bloodstream in 45 to 90 seconds. You're going to feel it within 15 minutes. That's great for, our veterans are finding that if they wake up in the middle of the night with a panic attack, if somebody with chronic pain is having breakthrough pain, it's going to be the fastest, but it's also going to wear off the fastest. So, every 2 to 4 hours, you'd find yourself vaping again. We also have a nasal spray that is inhalation as well that we're finding a lot of our seizure patients find relief with. Typically, you would have to insert a benzodiazepine rectally if you had an onset of a seizure. A lot of parents, especially, are loving that with their children. They're able to just do a squirt in each nostril, and they're finding that is working a lot better, especially in public settings. Another route is oral. That's going to be something like a capsule, an oil. Edibles, when they come, are going to be an oral product. And I don't know if you've ever had an ache or pain and taken an ibuprofen, but it doesn't work instantly. It's going to take a little while to kick in. It might take 1 to 2 hours, but it's also going to last longer. You're not going to be popping another one every 2 hours. It's going to last 6 to 8 hours. So that's going to be something that's better for someone you're trying to alleviate throughout the day. We have infused olive oils. When you see oral syringes, we're not asking you to shoot up with them or anything crazy. It's infused olive oil. Some people make salad dressing. I recommend you put it under your tongue, but to each their own. We also have a topical cream that we sell. We recommend that for muscle spasms, pain that's not too deep in the muscle, as well as for skin cancer. There's been a lot of research that's shown that getting the cannabis directly to the source of the problem is the best way to go about it. And another route that we don't currently have products for as a direct line, but that we can work with the patients. Patients who have Crohn's and other issues, maybe prostate cancer, we do offer solutions for suppositories because some of the doctors will recommend that you have your medication rectally. So we currently have 15 locations open across the state. We also deliver 7 days a week, so I know that right now we're in Sarasota. The closest to us would be Bradenton or North Fort Myers. We will be opening up in Venice and Sarasota, hopefully this year. But we deliver 7 days a week. So if you were to call our call center today by 2 o'clock, then they would deliver your medications to your home or place of work by tomorrow. If you called tonight at 8 o'clock tonight and said, hey, I needed to order some, it'd say, oh, sorry, you missed the cutoff for tomorrow, but we definitely can come to you the day after, so we can come from Friday. We are limited. A lot of times people wonder, why there's not one in every city. We're capped at 25 in the state total. And patient access is definitely a priority. We do have our call center open 7 days a week to answer questions. We have, like I said, the 15 stores are open 7 days a week, minus a couple holidays. And we're trying to open as many as possible. We have a web chat feature for people to ask questions, and we're trying to educate as much as possible. And lastly, we do offer some great discounts for the patients. We understand that financially it's a concern with insurance not covering. It's on average, we've seen that patients spend on average $150 a month. That doesn't necessarily mean that's how much you would be spending. We've seen patients that also spend way less, and patients who have spent way more. Patients who maybe decided to forgo chemotherapy and go this route instead. They're going to be spending hundreds, if not thousands of dollars. Now, somebody who's never used the products before could be spending $25 to $50 a month. But on average, we find it's $150. To offset that, we like to offer a first-time discount for all of our patients, 15% off your very first time. So you can kind of try out, is it sativa that's going to give you the energy what you're looking for? Is it CBD? Is it indica that's going to help you sleep? Is it is it each in a different time of day? Do you like capsules or do you like vaping? So we understand, so we want to have a first-time discount for you to kind of see what you like. Then to offset some of the costs, we do 75 off 150 on your next visit. And then, we love our veterans. We like to, take care of them. So 10% off for our veterans, 10% off for people who have received food stamps, as well as we have a loyalty program for everybody. So for every dollar you spend, you earn a point, and after 500 points, you earn a discount for your next purchase. And that is stackable with the veteran discount. And then these are just some pictures that we've gotten sent to us from some of our patients. I love the dog saying thank you for giving my mom back. And all that. We've heard a lot of great success stories. And at this time, there's over 120,000 patients in the registry. Here in Florida, we hear a lot, oh, it's just CBD, we're definitely advanced in this, and I hope that you guys have found that today, and hope to see you at our table.